Hi, good morning. Welcome back. My name is Sarah. I'm the designer behind Lip Balance Pattern. And this week I thought we could do a week in the life type of vlog situation. So it's actually Monday morning, and I think I'm gonna be able to finish the Dayscape top pattern this week and send it out to testing Friday. I kind of last minute decided that yesterday because I've been trying to do a week on, week off, where one week I work on the pattern that's gonna be my next release, and the other week I try to work on a different project just so I can step back from the pattern and then come back to it with a fresh pair of eyes. But last week I worked on the pattern, so I was supposed to work on a different project this week. But yesterday I was like, I looked at my master pattern to-do list and I was like, I can actually move some things around and finish the pattern this week. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. So first thing first, what's the pattern? What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Dayscape top, which is gonna be my next pattern. So exciting. It's my take on a boho / peasant blouse. Basically, it's this square neckline with a shoulder piece here so that you can wear a bra with it, that has an adjustable drawstring at the front. Kind of has that flowy gathered top. It kind of has a bit of adjustment at the side seam, and also the back isn't as wide as the front for my people with bigger chests. It doesn't look like you're wearing a tent when you're actually wearing the top, which was one of my main concerns or main goals. So basically, yes, you have the gathers at the front. Then you have two lengths. You have a crop length that you can wear, and it should come out about where your high-waisted waistband is. And then you have a longer length that you can actually tuck in your pants. So that's for the length. Then the back has this cute tie detail at the top where the shoulders are, and then you have an elastic, and then finally, quickly, the pattern comes with 3 sleeves. So you have a short cute sleeve with a bit of gathers at the top, but like it's nothing crazy. Then you have a mid-length puffy sleeve that comes right just above your elbow with an elasticated cuff, and then you have a full sleeve version with an elasticated cuff still. And what I like about that sleeve is that I made it so it's more tapered at the bottom, so it's not as puffy or has as much volume at the bottom, which I really like about that. So that's my overlook on the pattern. And by the way, if you want to know whenever it releases or anything like that, I highly suggest you sign up to my newsletter. I'll put a link below, because my newsletter subscriber, basically I never do sales or anything, but anytime I release a new pattern, I do an exclusive discount code, and it's just for my newsletter subscribers. So I highly suggest you subscribe to my newsletter. I never really sent emails except for once a month. I do my monthly newsletter, which is really cool. And then the only other time I send emails is whenever I release a new pattern, and that has a discount code in it. So like it's a win-win situation. And on top of that, I plan to expand my free patterns, and basically those are also just exclusive to my newsletter subscribers. So personally, I don't see why you would not subscribe, but that's just me. Okay, so the links below, please sign up. Good news, we're wrapping it up. That's great. Okay, so it's Monday morning. The first thing I do on Monday is actually I just look at everything I have to do for the week. I look at my emails, which I already did off cam, and anything that needs my attention, I will respond to after I'm done filming this. Then, by the way, I also have a physical planner, which is my bullet journal, another one of my million of hobbies. So I always do like a master to-do list of things that need to be done for this week, or things that are, oh, I need to call this place, or I need to do X, Y, and Z. So I always put it in my master to-do list, and then each day I basically plan out in the morning. I'm like, okay, where did I leave things off last night, and what do I have to do today? So that's my thing. Okay, speaking of the pattern, okay, I wasn't speaking of the pattern. So speaking of to-do lists, let's take a look at what I have left to do on my master pattern to-do list. So the only things left I have to do for the pattern to be ready is draw the illustrations for the instruction, which I always keep for last because it's my favorite part beside the proto development stage. And then I have to put the instructions together, which that granted though, I'm always like, oh, it takes 2 minutes, but it actually takes 2 2 days. So I'm like, okay, girl, I'm hoping I'm not shooting myself in the foot, but no matter what, if I say I'm gonna do it by Friday, I'm gonna do it by Friday. I don't mind working later. Like, it's fine. I work for myself. So basically, that's what's on my to-do list for this week, which is really exciting. The only thing though is that Monday is usually my content day. What that means is that Monday is usually the day where I either edit my tutorials or I prep my posts for the week for what's going to be shown on my social media. So for this week, it's going to be a OOTD inspo. So I haven't done it yet. I think it's going to be a Eastside Pens one. That's always really fun to do. So I'm gonna do that first, and then I'm actually gonna prep my tester call out post for Thursday. Yeah, I think that's gonna go out like either Wednesday or Thursday, because I feel bad if people don't see it, but at the same time there's always so many people that sign up that I can't have for the testing. So I'm like, I don't know, it's either gonna be up on Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not sure. But yeah, I also need to prep that. So the plan for today is I'm gonna reply to some of my emails, and I'm gonna do my posts for the week, so my OOTD, and then prep my tester call out for later this week. And after that, I can actually dive in directly into doing the illustrations, which is really exciting. So that's what I'm up to for today. So I'll see you again tomorrow morning right here. And yeah, that's it. All right, good morning, people of the internet. It's Tuesday, and I'm actually very excited because yesterday I started on the illustrations for the Dayscape top, and honestly, it went so much better than what I thought it would. So I would say I'm 70% of the way done. No, maybe that's generous. Like 60% of the way done, 65. Okay, anyway, what that means is that I really think that I can get it finished today. So that would also mean that tomorrow I get to start on putting everything together. Like, I know it sounds like, what does that even mean? But I have several documents that I work on separately, and now I get to put all the information into the instruction booklet. So it's actually more time consuming than I always think it is. So that's very exciting that I might get to start. Well, I will for sure start that tomorrow. Even if I'm not done with the illustrations today, I won't be far from being done. So no matter what, I get to start on putting everything together tomorrow, which honestly, moving things around a bit and sending the pattern for testing this week was the best thing I could do. I am so excited. And the thing is, I have all the fabrics for the samples. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna show you what they are. Okay, I don't think you understand how those samples are gonna be so good. Okay, so if you watched my fall capsule wardrobe, you know about this one. And this is gonna be a long sleeve version with the cropped length, because that's my favorite length, to be honest. Then these you haven't seen. Okay, so I'm gonna start with this one. How gorgeous is this? This is gonna be for the puffy sleeve, which kind of looks like this. And this one It's also going to be a crop version, puffy sleeve. And I think this is the fabric I'm going to use to do the YouTube tutorial, because the puffy sleeve and the long sleeve, basically they're the same instructions. It's just the pattern pieces are different. So my goal was to use one of them. And I think it would be easier to see details on camera with this fabric. And then the last one, guys, I don't know if you're ready for this. Yes, it is a cow print satin fabric. So good. So this one is actually going to be the long version with the short sleeves. Oh, when I saw this, I was so excited and I was like, oh, I absolutely need this. So all of them together, they're all so fun. So yeah, I know I'm not sewing them this week, but you get a sneak peek for being here. I actually think I'm going to be sewing them next week, the first week of the testing. I can't wait. I'm so excited for that. And then, I'll be taking pictures and everything. Gorgeous. Okay, so sorry, I'm just so excited. Okay, so yeah, today, the plan for today, illustrations, and then that's it for today. Actually, it's really warm for this time of year in Montreal. I think it might even get close to like 30 degrees this week. But I've been really craving a dill pickle soup. I really want to make one, so I might do that today after work. I don't know. I might take you along. I also don't know. Anyway, I'll go back to doing my illustrations, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hi everyone, good morning. It's Wednesday. Let's see what's on the books for today. So yesterday I actually managed to finish all my illustrations, which is amazing, and that means I can start putting all the pattern together. Doing this on Wednesday when I know the pattern is going to be sent on Friday, it's so nice because I'm like, okay, I have enough time to go over everything again and just make sure it's top tier, good to go for the testers. So that's amazing news. Speaking of testing, I lied on Monday when I said I was going to prep the post for the tester callout and the Google form. I did not. So that's the first thing I need to do this morning, actually, is do my posts and set up my testing, set up the link on my website. So that's the first thing off the to-do list today. Then I'm going to start on putting all my informations together in the instructions. So basically what that means is, so in my instruction booklet, one of the first page is the pattern overview with the details, the description, the fabric suggestions. I need to put all of this together. So the description and the fabric suggestions are all in a Word document where I wrote all my instructions. So I need to pull those in. I need to pull the actual flat drawing of the pattern, the front and back, and add all the small details. Then another thing I need to do is the pattern inventory. So you have all in one page, you have all the pattern pieces with their name and the amount of times they're cut out, or if they're cut out of lining or whatever. So I need to also do that. I need to do that for every single view that I have. So that's going to be 3 views. Then yeah, I have the sizing chart and the fabric requirements. So usually these I do in my cutting plan. So I need to export them into that document. Then I need to add my design once again and put all the arrows to let everyone know where these measurements are taken. So that's that. And do I have, yeah, the finished measurement too. These are in my grading documents. I need also to export that to the instructions. Then I always have the overview of the printing plan, and now I do that layered. So I need to add every single size on a different layer and make sure it's the right size for a letter page and not like the full size, of course. And then basically it's the sewing instructions. So I have all my illustrations in a different document, so I need to bring these in, and then I have all my written instructions in a Word document. So I need to put my written instructions with the actual image that it goes with, and then I need to layer my French and English. Really, it's just taking information from all my 12 other documents and putting them in this document. So I think you can understand why I always think it's going to be really fast, but it takes more time. So I'm going to be starting on that today. But yeah, I'll keep you updated about that. But I also kind of want to go to a coffee shop this afternoon. So I think I'm going to do my test call out, everything, have lunch here. And then I think I'm going to start this at the coffee shop this afternoon. So yeah, I'll actually go and start on my work for today. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Okay, a little update. So it's 1:30 in the afternoon and I just finished the posts, prepping the post and prepping the actual Google form and everything for the testing. I was so hopeful this morning. I thought it was gonna be like a 1 hour thing top. Of course, I had to make like the graphics and everything like look really cute. So I just finished that. I posted it. Great. That's done. But I'm low-key mad at myself that it took so long. So I'm not going to a coffee shop this afternoon. We have coffee at home, okay? I'm also due to have my period soon, and I'm like deep in the trenches with the luteal phase, so that's probably why I'm mad. So yeah, that's my update for this afternoon. I'm gonna be working on, I'm gonna make a coffee first. And then I'm gonna be working on putting the instructions together. I'm gonna start that afterwards, but yeah, I mean, things happen. It takes more time than what I thought. So that's fine. Like, I'm not behind on schedule or anything. It's just, I don't know. It's a bit frustrating for me. So that's my update. And hopefully tomorrow morning I will be in a slightly better mood. And yeah, that's it. Hi, good morning, everyone. It's Thursday today, so let me just catch you up on where we're at with the pattern. And yeah, that's it basically, because I am still in a questionable mood today. So, all right, so where we left off yesterday afternoon, I went on and rage knitted for a while, which is actually good because I'm almost done with the body of my sweater. Which, wait, hold on, I'll show it to you. All right, so I'm working on the rib, but here's where we're sitting right now with the color work and everything. It's rolling a lot and it looks quite small, but I am trusting in the swatches that I made because I literally made 4 of them. So I am putting my faith that this is gonna turn out the right size. But I love it so far. It's so cute. It's not the actual rosy sweater. I took the color work of it and put it on my Modify Olga sweater. And so when I'll attach the sleeve, actually because on the rosy sweater, it's partly like an attached sleeve, partly a raglan sleeve, which the construction looks really cool, to be honest. But on that pattern, the flower continues on the sleeve. But for mine, I decided I will put the flowers near the wrist. So I think it's gonna turn out really good. So that's exciting. Okay, back to the dayscape. First of all, I posted the testing sign up went up yesterday, and I already have like over 400 people that signed up, which is like shocking and overwhelming, but that's a conversation for tomorrow. For the actual dayscape pattern, where are we at with the instructions? Okay, let me open my document. All right, so yesterday I got up to finishing the cover page. That's done. Then I did the pattern inventory for all 3 of the views. That's amazing. I did the sizing chart and the fabric requirements page. That's good. And then I also did the printing plan yesterday. So it went really well, even though I was really not in the best mood. So for today, I have the overview page to do and then the actual sewing instructions. So basically, I'm going to pull my illustrations and then the written instruction and put them in the right order and everything. And I also have things that sometimes I reread and I'm like, oh, I need to rework that. So I'm going to attempt to do that also today. And yeah, that's the plan for today. My mood also for today is just I'm gonna put on a hoodie, I'm gonna put the hood up, I'm gonna put my headphones on, and then I'm gonna put on my audiobook and just work. I just wanna be in this little work bubble. So that's my plan for today. And it's not that exciting. It's just me working on the computer. But that's it for today. That's the plan. And I will see you back here tomorrow morning. All right. Good morning. Happy Friday. Today is the day that I'm sending the Dayscape Top pattern for testing, and this is like so exciting. All right. So first, a little recap about yesterday. So I did finish and managed to put all the illustrations together with the instructions. It took longer than I expected, which now I know this is a culprit of how long it takes. It's actually putting the illustrations along with the written instructions and like placing them. That's what takes the longest. So I'll remember that for next time. But yeah, basically this morning I went to a cafe to work. I did film an intro twice in my car, but I always get like so nervous, as if someone was gonna like pound on my window and be like, what are you doing filming in your car? Anyway, always get so nervous, and then I'm like looking all around. I look so nervous, so I'm like, okay, like, I'm just gonna go home and film the intro there. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, so this morning I went to a cafe. I looked over all my instructions, corrected a few typos and stuff, which I usually don't do for sending it to testing. So it's actually good that I did this time. And then I exported all my files. So basically what I have left to do is pick my testers and send the emails, and the Dayscape Top is gonna be closer to being in your hands. I'm so excited. It just because I thought this pattern would be ready for testing like mid-October, and the fact that it's mid-ish September, I can't believe it. So it's very exciting. Anyway, I over the years, or over all the patterns that I've sent for testing before, yeah, I sometimes I try new things to pick testers, but my favorite way of doing it is truly, I love to have people that have never either made one of my patterns or never tested for me before, because I've had some testers test for me like a couple of times, and honestly, if you're a good tester and you give good feedback, it's great. But I feel that sometimes people are scared to give me feedback or scared to have something negative to say, which I've never had someone being really disrespectful, and I'm looking to get feedback. So my favorite thing to do is have people that just, they don't know me, they don't know my pattern, so I feel like they can be a bit more objective about the feedback that they give, which is what I'm looking for. You know, what I'm looking for, it like, if the pattern is great, that's amazing, and please, once it's out into the world, give me all the compliments. But the testing is made for me to make the pattern better and give everyone the best sewing experience as possible when they pay for the pattern. So my favorite way of doing it is basically when you do a Google Doc, you can export everything, and it's just a list of emails with all the questions I asked. And basically I always put all my 15 sizes down on a paper, and I always start with the French speakers because I think they represent like 6 or 7% of the people who sign up. So I pick a third of my testers will be French. Pick one, then I scratch that size up. Then I try to pick like different sizes and then look for people that can test with a projector. And once I'm done picking my French testers, then I'll go and pick the rest of my testers once again at random. It's just like I need to have one person at least in every single size, and then I try to do people that can test with a projector, and then I try to have a different sewing level. So I don't care if you have a presence on Instagram or on social media, like just want good feedback on my pattern. So that's how I pick my testers, and I only keep about a group of 15. So I do feel bad for people who signed up and I don't pick, but at the end of the day, yeah, I just try to do it randomly so everybody has a like fair chance, I guess. So I'm gonna go do that, and that's it, and then the pattern is sent and I'm done for the week. So yeah, I guess that was a week in my life as a pattern designer. I hope you really liked it, and yeah, thanks for hanging out, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.